This is a video about making over trees. There's a row here of Bramleys. Some have grown, some are bigger than others. There's a few more. I'm going to concentrate on this one here. Now what happened to this particular tree, this is a row of 8, it's not very, it's a bit of a scruffy row, but there's 8 Bramleys here. They were cropping all right, but as I've said before, we couldn't sell them. So we decided to get rid of them and to work them over to cider apples, trees like this, low maintenance, widely spaced trees. But the reasons why we're doing it, forget that for now. The point is that these were some Bramleys. These were, how old were these? Were 13 years old?
Yeah.
About 13 years old, big trees. I sawed them down brutally. You can see there how brutally I sawed these down. I made a pile of the wood and we'll be burning it to warm ourselves this year. And this has grown away. Whenever I do this, I think you're going to kill that tree. But not one of them has been killed. They're all grown vigorously. And as discussed, this is all part of the whole business of making trees over. Now, I'm not going to do anything to this year. Some people would attempt to rind graft the stump in the first year. I am not saying that you can't do that, but when I've tried it I have not succeeded. So let me show you what I'm doing. Still, those of you who haven't been following me, yes, I am still suffering from a leg injury. Alright, so a huge amount of growth has come up, some of it from the ground. I'm just removing all of the growth that I don't want. Nothing particularly clever about this. I'm removing all the growth that I don't want, starting with some suckers. Now what's obvious, this is obviously in aid of, is that next year, in fact next April, I will graft over the selected shoots to a tree of my choice, which will be a cider apple tree variety. I don't know, I haven't made my mind up. But this, you can do this to any apple. I'm asked, to preempt the question, which I do occasionally get asked. No, you can't graft a tree over to a different kind of tree. You cannot graft an apple over to a pear or a plum. But you can graft an apple over to a different kind of apple. Right, and that's taken off the branches I evidently don't want. Now I've got to make a choice. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 really lovely, nice shoots. So what I've got to do is decide which are the best placed ones. Down here, I've got 2 coming out here. I don't think I want both of these, so I'm going to eliminate that one. This one, again, I've got 2 coming up close together. Take that one out. I think that's it, actually. Having said that, I probably don't want this either. That's a little bit too close to another. Okay, can you see what I've done? If you want to walk around in a circle, Julian, film this tree in a circle, you can see what I've done. Go back to the beginning of the video if you wish, but I've reduced these new shoots down to 4, which are evenly spaced. These 4 will now grow much more vigorously with all of this removed. I probably could have done this operation profitably a little earlier in the year, maybe, but anyway, I've done it now. I just want to show you another example of the same, this is another tree. Again, the point of this is these trees were growing vigorously and well, but the variety, all things considered, wasn't doing us any good. We're making some changes to this orchard. We're changing it over, and when you're selecting branches, you don't necessarily always want to save the strongest ones, but the best placed ones. I think I want to save this one. Actually, do I? Yeah, I want to save that one there. So I'm going to leave that one. Although it's small, it's vigorous and it's well situated. But I think I'll take that out. And that one, the good old Felco's. This, yeah, it's a bit too low. Take that out. And I may change these. I may make some further adjustments. But you see what I'm doing. You get the picture. One more. While we're at it. repetition is the essence of education. Every tree is an individual. Principles are everything. Well, detail is important as well, but if you understand the principles, you can work the detail out for yourself if you're a reasonably capable, kind person. Probably I have got a saw with me that I can probably do with a saw. Below that's no good, that's unwanted. It's too close to the centre, it's too small. I think we'll lose these as well.
Are you going to keep a double trunk on that tree, Stephen?
That's actually a very valid question. It's not, very few things in life are perfect, are they? One way of doing this, I could get the saw out and saw just through here and leave that. I think I may well leave a double trunk. This is going to be a little bit of a mess for sure. It's not perfect, but given that I don't want the Bramleys anymore, I want cider apple trees like the one over there, widely spaced, low maintenance. This is much more efficient than various other options that we could do. So I'm not unduly worried about the fact the tree will be a slightly funny shape. That doesn't really matter. Anyhow, I'm going to leave these 3. Yeah, because I've removed all of the other branches, the ones which I have left, because I've removed all the other shoots, the shoots which I have left will now grow much more vigorously, and next year I will graft onto these varieties of my choice, just exactly as I did over here. A few years back. You come in here, you can see I've done the same operation. You've got here, that's a graft, that's grafted, and that's grafted. And this is a different kind of apple. I can't even remember. I think this is Foxwell.
Oh yes,
yeah, this is Foxwell. It's a rare old heritage Somerset bit of sharp cider apple. It doesn't grow very well this year, but that's not the point. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Hopefully I'll return to these trees in future years.